If you're trying to eat plant-based and you're tired of struggling in a grocery store, I'm gonna share with you 20 of my go-to foods that I get almost every time I go to the grocery store so you can save time and make some meals for the week. All right, so I got my list here. I had it on my phone. I decided to write it down so that way it makes it easy for me to go through it. So first thing I'm gonna get are my greens. So my go-to is like arugula, kale, or spinach. So I'm actually at my local Harris Teeter in the organic section. So I like this because you can get a whole pound's worth of greens. Yeah, so you're getting baby spinach, baby green leaf lettuce, things like that. So that's one green. I'm gonna get some kale. I like to get the bagged kale because it's easier. I don't have to do as much chopping. But I don't think they have the bagged kale. Oh, actually it's over there. So bagged kale is right over here. So this is the glory kale greens that we're gonna get. Really good for chopping, adding to sautés, or just adding as a side when I'm cooking. So I'm always doing like a colorful veg. So speaking of colorful veg, I already got my greens. Now I'm gonna get some more colored veggies, okay? Now this is another category, all right? So I'm gonna do red bell peppers. You can get 3 for $5. Yeah, I love getting red bell peppers because I'll show you, I don't wanna ruin up all of it, but one of my go-to like breakfast/lunch, even dinners, is sauteing up the bell peppers with onions and stuff. And it adds a lot of volume. It helps me stay full. It gives me a lot of fiber. So I got my bell peppers. Another colorful, not colorful, but another veggie I like to get is, I got some mushrooms. So I got a couple different versions of mushrooms. I do like the chef's blend because you can get, it's a nice way to like try out oyster mushrooms, your king trumpet mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms if you never tried them before. So these are more your special mushrooms. And then I get regular baby Bella, already sliced mushrooms. And having these 20 things, it helps me not go too crazy when I'm in the grocery store, but helps me kind of have like a base. All right, so I got some onions, and specifically some scallions, okay? Onions are like my flavor base for everything. So scallions are gonna be one. We'll get some more onions, but since we're in this section, we gotta get these. I'm also gonna get some herbs. Now, cool thing about herbs, you can add them to sauces. I like to add them to, like on the top of dishes as a garnish, but they add a lot of flavor. My favorite go-to is actually cilantro. I always struggle opening up this bag, man. So we got our onions, we got our herbs. Oh, perfect, we're right here. Bananas. I like to get mine when they're still very green. That gives me time to keep them on the counter and use them for different dishes. So that way they get ripe at home. And I love using these to sweeten up my oatmeal, sweeten up my smoothies if I'm doing it, or sweeten up like a dessert if I'm trying to make something, or just eat it plain. I always look at the bottom to make sure there's not any funky ones. And so I looked at the bottom, they look good. And then I'll get some blueberries as well. I actually put those on top of like my oatmeal, like I was mentioning. I'll use them in my smoothies or just snack on them in general. Next up is my new favorite thing, potatoes. Now the only thing is they don't have the ones that I love to get, which are the Murasaki potatoes. If you know, you know. I'll get the sweet potatoes here. Let me take you to where I get most of my protein. So I look at that in 2 ways. First, I go to the plant-based section here. And every store is a little bit different, but basically I'm staying on the perimeter. So for me, what that would look like is tofu. Now let me show you my favorite one to get, I have to get. So I get super firm, which is great because it doesn't have as much moisture, so it's easier for you to cook it, because I know a lot of people don't like the texture. Then I also get silken tofu. I use this as a base for a lot of my sauces so I can have a lot of protein in them. And you can see it on that picture, you can also use it as like a yogurt parfait if you flavor it up. Because it doesn't have flavor, but you can add flavor to it. I also like to get firm tofu more when I'm doing more like a scrambled tofu, kind of like I would eggs. Another thing I started doing is getting more of these like plant-based sausages. Now I used to stay away from these because I was like, man, I'm not doing any processed food. But I started looking at the ingredient, and the ingredient is vital wheat gluten. Now, if you haven't seen my video, I did a video that shows you how to make your own plant-based sausage with wheat gluten, which you can buy from the store or even online. But if you don't want to do all that, you can just buy it this way. So the main ingredient is water, vital wheat gluten, which is basically bread flour with the starch removed, and then a whole bunch of seasonings. The protein is 23 grams per sausage link, so I love this as a source of protein. All right, so let's scratch that off. So we got all of our protein. Well, actually, we do have one more thing of protein. So the other version of protein requires that we go into our aisles. I like to get beans. I know what you're thinking. Girl, why are you getting dry beans? Because if you have an Instapot, this is actually a lot quicker than you think. You don't have to soak it and wait hours. So if you have an Instapot or pressure cooker, dry beans are a great option, because then you can make it have flavor. You can save the aquafaba for something else. But if you don't want to do that, or maybe you have like a weeknight when you don't feel like cooking, which I definitely have a lot of those, I'll do canned. I just make sure that I get these ones, the ones that say no salt added, because you know, you want to be in control of how much salt you have, especially if you're someone who's trying to do this for health reasons. But I'm gonna stick with the dry ones for now. So a couple things. Oh, do they not have it? I was about to be like, no, soy milk. Now I like using soy milk because you get 7 grams in 1 cup. I always get unsweetened. I don't want any sugar added. I want to be in control of that. Those are hidden ways to add calories that I might not necessarily need. Now my family, we go through this a lot. This is the carb section, brown rice. Now I know there's a debate about what should you do, white, should you do brown? We've moved to eating more brown because there tends to be a little bit more fiber, a little bit of a lower glycemic index, meaning it doesn't jump your blood sugar up as much as when you're eating it. But when I have the brown rice, I'm having it with protein anyway. So, you know, you make it work with what you do. I prefer quinoa, but I already know we have quinoa in the pantry. Can't forget about breakfast. Now, I used to not like oatmeal growing up. Oh, there it is. I like steel cut oats. I like them because they have a little bit more chew, there's more fiber, there's more protein. The problem though is they take a long time to cook. Instead of doing the steel cut oats that you have to cook from scratch like that, I get, oh my gosh, this brand specifically right here, like no lie, McCann's quick steel cut oats, 5 minutes, y'all, it's game changer. I'm getting that. So now we're in the frozen section. You gotta be careful in the frozen section because there's a lot of stuff in here that can throw you off track. So I'm looking for something very specific. Two things actually that I like to get from the frozen section. I like to get just plain rice cauliflower. It adds a lot of bulk to things and there's no flavor, so you can use it however you want. Yeah, let me get the family size. Yeah, look at the difference. I was going to get frozen broccoli. Thought if I came early in the morning, it'd still be here, but it's not. That sucks. Get the mixed veggies frozen stir fry blend. It's got broccoli, bell pepper, snappies. I wanted frozen broccoli, but this will have to do. Well, since I couldn't find the frozen vegetable I really wanted, I'm coming back to this aisle. These are like my flavor bases, okay? So for me, it didn't used to be this way, but ever since I got married, my husband's from Ghana, so his mom has definitely influenced me. I use more tomatoes to flavor my food. And so my go-to is gonna be a fire roasted canned tomato. Now you could use fresh tomatoes, but during this time of the year, I find the canned ones taste a little bit better because they're picked at their peak ripeness. And I also get crushed. I can use these for like spaghetti sauces, and I can use these more for my stews. And the fire roasted just has so much flavor. The next one that's a big flavor booster for me, I think is necessary, especially if you cook from scratch. So it's actually gonna be this better than bouillon paste. You add water to this and you make your own broth. Now, be mindful with this because 1 teaspoon is 580 milligrams. They do have a low sodium option, but I think they ran out of that one. You could also do like the stocks from the box, but I like doing this more because then it lasts longer. Because once you open it, you just put it in your fridge and it lasts for a while. One more flavor booster that's a part of all of my stews is actually this, coconut milk. I love coconut milk. It's like my favorite thing to add to dishes. Like if you're trying to be more mindful of your fat content, you could do light coconut milk. I always make sure though that it's the unsweetened version. You can do desserts with this. I do stews, soups. It's just a go-to, especially when I'm doing my curries. I love coconut milk. So I'm gonna get one. And it's actually, it's a deal, 2 for $4. So I'm gonna get that. They have my favorite yogurt. Y'all gonna think I'm so extra. I forgot they have this Coco June. I used to go all the way to my Sprouts to get this, which is like 30 minutes from me. Good job, Harris Teeter. This Coco June yogurt is the best. Plant-based, can't even tell it's not dairy. All right, it's time to pay. Hey, it's Chef Shayla MD. So I'm literally editing this video as we speak, and I realized I showed you the grocery haul, but I didn't show you what I made with it. So I'm gonna take you to a preview of my most recent YouTube live where I used some of the ingredients to make a roasted veggie curry. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Now I'll give you the full recipe in next week's video, but I'll see y'all there. You can smell this. It smells so good. Our fire roasted tomatoes. Why are we adding this? Tomato is going to add more of that umami flavor, but also it adds some liquid to our stew. Now I can already smell it. It smells so good already without just, it's the spices that I'm smelling. We'll go ahead and dump in our potatoes. I see stuff sticking. That's fine. That's flavor, okay? So that's where the broth comes in. Put enough to cover the base at first, and you'll kind of scrape off the bottom. That's all flavor. See if it's cooked through. You know, how do you know? If you take a fork, go through it, you can cut it with your fork like that. I'm gonna turn down my temperature for this next step. I'm gonna take my coconut milk. I'm not gonna use this whole can. All right, so that's probably about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup. And what'll happen, the color, it'll turn into like this nice orangey, beautiful red color. Now, speaking of colors and diversity, having more vegetables, here we go. I have this baby spring mix. Add it right on top because it's gonna wilt inside the stew to the bowl, okay? Like that. We're gonna take some of our yogurt, take a little dollop, like it's falling off the mountain. And it has a cooling effect. Let me show it to you. All right, I'm gonna take a taste test. Oh man, that's so good, y'all.